Good morning, Raptor Freak. Alexiot's here. Monday morning, the Raptors are finishing up an 8-game stretch where they play the same 4 Eastern Conference teams twice, and they're playing Charlotte. They were the bookends of it. They played at the beginning of this stretch, and they're playing them at the end. And you know what? The Raptors should be really proud. They've gone 6-1 over this stretch, and hopefully tonight they'll make it 7-1, losing only 1 game to Chicago during this amazing stretch against Eastern Conference teams, good Eastern Conference teams, and a lot to be proud of for the Raptors. Now, I'm going to do real quick a note here. It was confirmed yesterday that Fred VanVleet has been invited to compete in the three-point shootout of the All-Star Weekend in Cleveland. This is just another huge big thing for Fred this week, whether it's getting engaged to his fiance, whether it's becoming an all-star, whether it's helping to lead the team to this undefeated past week. And now he's going to get to compete in the three-point shootout. And I'm going to tell you what, right now, I really like Fred's chances to win this three-point shootout and join Jason Capono as the only three-point shootout champions for the Toronto Raptors. The reason why I think Fred's going to do really well is because he has a really good quick release and he's a dead eye. I see him shoot around before the game all the time doing this kind of stuff, and this competition is built for him. I'm going to tell you right now, because Fred's a rhythm shooter and he's going to find a way to put the ball through the hoop over and over again in this three-point shootout. I don't know who else is in the competition yet, but it'll be interesting to see who's going to be competing against. But I really like Fred in this competition. Seriously, it's like he's going to be really good in it. I really believe that. All right, guys. Yesterday some things happened for the Raptors and some really good things. We actually got out of the play-in bracket last night because Brooklyn once again lost. They lost to Denver Nuggets, and they've lost 8 in a row now. They are free-falling in a bad way right now. And Steve Nash is saying that Harden is not on the trade table. Like, they do not want to trade James Harden, which is crazy. So they have all kinds of issues right now, Brooklyn. And I'm here for it. You guys want to keep losing and we can keep going up. That's great, because we are in 6 right now. And it's weird because Brooklyn and Boston and us are all 3 of us are tied right now. Yeah, the 3 teams, Eastern Conference, Atlantic Division teams are all tied with the same position, but because we've played less games because of our postponements, we actually are a couple percentage points higher than them. But this is the thing. We have +5 for victories over losses, all 3 of these teams. We've got to continue to go up. We win tonight, we get a little bit of space from them, and then we're chasing Philadelphia and Milwaukee, who are both teams that have had ups and downs recently themselves. So it's going to be real interesting in the next week before the All-Star break, how much ground we can get going north in the standings from 6. Yeah, because I want to put some distance between Boston and Brooklyn and us now, because still, they're going to play each other next. That's the next game, Brooklyn versus Boston. So one of them's going to lose in the next game and go down no matter what. All right, so tonight, Charlotte, y'all. Woo-hoo-hoo, Charlotte Hornets. I did a deep dive yesterday looking at what's going on with the Hornets, and it ain't pretty. I'm not going to lie right now. The Hornets have huge, major problems right now. They have, all right, first of all, Gordon Hayward just came back from his injury, and he is absolutely shite. He cannot make a shot. He had a goose egg in their game on Saturday night against the Heat, where he went 0 for 7 from the field, and he is just not hitting nothing. So this is going to be really interesting what happens. Hopefully Gordon won't be able to do nothing still. He's having a real hard time coming back from his injury. Next, LaMelo Ball in the Miami game was shooting some crazy-ass shots, going a little wild with his creativity, and they had to bench him in that game. Yeah, the James Barreto coach, he said, look, man, you're going to have to sit because I got to rein you in because you're a little too wild with what you're trying to do out there. So that's another interesting thing that's happening right now with the Charlotte Hornets. And then the third thing, which is probably the worst thing out of all of them, is their rookie James Bouknight is standing up to his coach, and he's mad at him because he's not getting played enough in his mind. And he actually had an altercation with him on the bench the other night where he left and had to leave the bench and go to the back. So there's a lot of different problems with different things on the Hornets team right now. Yeah, and the other great thing about the Hornets is they cause a lot of turnovers for themselves. They turn the ball over an amazingly insane amount of times, and that's really going to feed us. It's going to really help the Raptors. We need to continue to pester them, continue this new attitude of we're going to hit you first, we're going to be aggressive. You hate playing us. Yeah, we're fouling you, all that kind of stuff, because we can really get the ball out of their hands easy because this is a turnover prone team, the Hornets. They will turn the ball over to us left and right if we want them to. So there's all kinds of issues and problems in Charlotte right now. Let me see what y'all are saying so far. Wake up, Raptor fan. It's the family. Yeah, good morning, family. Good to see you. That could work backwards. They could come up and ball out tonight. I don't think so, man. I think their chemistry's in real bad trouble. I think that their coach has had some issues with, the players not respecting him now. Because when Book Knight did what he did the other night, I mean, he's a rookie, right? I understand he's very talented and he feels like he needs to be playing more, but this is a huge issue for them because he disrespected him right in front of the rest of the team on the bench in front of everyone in the arena, and then he had to go leave and go into the back of the arena. This is never a good thing. And I don't know, family, you could be right that they may try and come out there. We should safeguard and not take them lightly for this reason that you're saying, but I don't see it. I think that Charlotte was, once again, he's one of these teams that did fairly well so far this season, like Washington, but is really not a real playoff team. They're a team that's probably going to keep heading down, and we just need to keep sending them in that direction by beating the hell out of them tonight. And really, if we do the same effort that we've been doing, this playoff effort of energy, hustle, rebounding, everything on defense, we're going to be fine because we really just need to watch out for their three-point shooters, but they're really not that talented in some ways. Like, sure, LaMelo's talented. They've got some good players like Bridges and stuff like that. But overall, our talent is way better than them, and we should just overwhelm them and rout them. Honestly, I want to see a rout tonight. Like, I want to see us get up by 20 and just beat the fuck out of them for the rest of the night. Because honestly, that's who we should be. After 2 days rest and the gauntlet we just went last week, that little play that we against Atlanta. And you saw Atlanta play. I think Charlotte is similar. Charlotte is similar to Atlanta. They have a lot of talented offensive guys. They're not very good defensively, and we should be able to absolutely kill them. So I'm looking forward to a good win tonight, a good, strong win, and I'd like the syrup to be on thick on that slab of pancakes, real thick. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens. LaMelo may have a little bit of a different kind of game tonight, but he did. He got benched for being out of control in the last game. So, MK, good morning, man. Let's get this win and pull away from the play-in tournament. Yes. We're right there with them. We get some more wins in the next week or so. I mean, listen, Houston, Oklahoma City. Look, we can get these wins this week and make this streak a nice long win streak. We just got to take them game by game and just have a good game plan each night, night in, night out. Oh, we're going to do good. Carl Otts, good morning. It's my brother. Dad and I watched the crappy Hawks game last night. Luka is playing with different rules than the others. My brother sees the golden boy rules for Luka Doncic. Yes, he's a figurehead for the marketing for the team, for the league, and people do love watching him. He's very creative, he's very good, but they do protect him. They do help him out. They give him all kinds of flat fouls. People touch him or breathe on him, they get called with a foul, and he doesn't get very many fouls himself because they want to keep him in the game because that's entertainment. But I'm glad y'all watched that game. I don't know if you guys will be able to watch the game tonight against Charlotte, but hey, watch some Raptor games, brother. You got to see what's going on with them. I hope maybe you watched a couple of the Atlanta Raptor games last week, and always good to hear from you, man. I love you, and tell everybody down there in Atlanta that I love them all too. All right, let's see. Paul B saying good morning. Good morning, Paul. Family's also saying, yeah, they treat Luka like he's God. I think the Raptors, Ariana, are in a good place right now. Not too many teams can beat this team right now. I totally agree with this family and all our experts, Leo, Jack, Sherman, Paul. They're all saying the same thing, that if we have to face any team in the Eastern Conference in a playoff series right now, we feel real good. We feel real good about what we could possibly do to them. And none of them want to play us. And listen, if the playoffs started tomorrow and the seed that we're in, you know who we face in the first round? Milwaukee. Yeah. You want to see us play Milwaukee in the first round, NBA? We'll put out your defending champs in the first round. Oh, yeah, we will. Because we've already proven we can beat the hell out of them all season long. Oh, yeah. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Paul B's talking about that Chris Boucher podcast. Someone needs to ask him about the Flynn situation. Yeah, that podcast was amazing. Chris fixes his audio problems. Other than that, it's going to be fantastic. And I really hope he comes through with what he's saying. Get some of your teammates on the show with you and have some real discussion, some real vibing between you and your guys that you play with. I would love to see like the candidness and the conversations that come out of that, whether it's about life, music, whether it's about video games. I don't give a shit what they talk about. I just want to hear what their interests are and their personalities are when they're just talking and hanging out, because Open Gym does show a lot, but they don't show a certain amount. And I feel like Chris Boucher's new podcast, Hustle Play, could be an arena, a place where we hear more interaction and interesting, deep stuff about the Raptors than ever. Because if he's going to do it like he did the first episode, you can ask Paul. He was laying it all on the table, and he's unfiltered. Oh, yeah, he's unfiltered. So really, really recommend it. Callie watched it, really enjoyed it. Yeah, good morning, Callie. I hope your stress meter is good tonight. We get some nice thick syrup on the pancakes tonight, so you're not even dreading or worried or fretting. I think that we should have that happen tonight. Hopefully, we'll see at the beginning of the game. Hopefully, we can get out to a good start, get a jump on them, 2 double-digit lead by the end of the first quarter. That'd be fantastic, and just run away with it the whole game. Because I don't want to see Hayward start making shots all of a sudden against us. I don't want LaMelo Ball to be playing better, have a bounce-back game. I don't want Book Knight to figure things out with the coach. I want him to still be mad at him, sitting at the end. Every single problem that Charlotte can have right now, please have it. Go right ahead and times 100. So, yeah, this will be fun tonight. Another good test. The Raptors are rested. We need to see how they are after having a couple of days rest, because maybe part of the reason why they were so good last week was they had to just keep playing and keep playing. And sometimes you get in a rhythm just because you're playing so much. Now they've had 2 days off. Hopefully that we won't miss a beat, that they'll be exactly the same way they were last week. Paul B saying 31 games left versus 0.479 competition. So under 500 competition. Raptors are going to climb standings. I really agree. Us are all the same like place, really. Fewer games, our percentage points are higher, and that's why we're the standings right now, is because we played fewer games. And we've already made up games that we were supposed to play. It was the Chicago game that we won, and we've already turned that into a W. So we have some more games still to make up, because one of the Chicago games bumped the game for Brooklyn later in the month. So one of the Brooklyn games in the back-to-back after the All-Star break is actually a postponed game that we have to make up. And then, of course, the Orlando game later in the season, much later in the season, that we missed also. So when these games get made up, hopefully they get made up with W's, and they make up for games that we've missed and that aren't being factored in like everybody else's records right now. So I'm really excited about it. I really like the prospects of what we've really gone through the worst parts of our season, and we've really weathered it well. And the fact that we're standing where we are with what's going on with our team, we're in good shape. We're in really good shape. And you think about it, a lot of these other teams are falling apart right now, whether it's Washington, and Charlotte really is kind of falling apart right now. I mean, I really do see that, right? They're in trouble. Because listen, you don't want your rookie doing that to your coach in the middle of the game. And that's a headache. That's a headache. That coach for Charlotte is already not totally respected in this league, whether it's by the refs or his peers or the NBA in general. And now his own players are not totally respecting him right now. So that's a problem for Borrego. I'm not going to lie. Let's see, Andrew. Let's go. Woo! All right, we're another doubly important game versus the Hornets. Yeah, I think I think it's important that we maintain our win streak and we get for 416, baby. Get that 6 win. We've had a 6-game winning streak this year so far. We've had a 5-win streak, a 6-win streak. Let's make this an even more than a 6-win streak. Let's get like a 10-win streak right now. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This game against Denver may be the toughest game going out into the All-Star break. And, if we win that one, that'd be fantastic. Just imagine we beat Jokic in Denver here in Toronto on Saturday. That would be fantastic, y'all. So let's see how this week unfolds. I feel real good because Charlotte is in trouble. They're having problems. Hayward ain't hitting his shot, and LaMelo's shooting crazy, and Book Knight's fighting with the coach, as I said. Oh, yeah. All right, let me keep going here. MK saying, maybe if we beat the Hornets bad enough, we will get a coach fired. Wow, MK's cutthroat. That is something, because it's so discounted in the NBA, in the US's minds, that when the Raptors beat your team bad, you got to fire your coach. Yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah, Luke Walton's on our hit list this year. I don't know. I don't want the Braille guy to get fired. I think that he's a Michael Jordan dude. Like, Michael Jordan really likes him. Like, he's got his seal of approval. So he's probably got a certain amount of leash to go with and mess around and not do too bad. Because honestly, in a way, Hornets have been very successful this year. They're above 500. They're competing, which is much better than they've had in some years in the recent past. So I think that Michael Jordan would be pretty happy with them. But it isn't good that he has some, problem team with maybe a mutiny or something like that with this Book Night situation right now. So we'll see. Yeah, if he gets fired tomorrow, and you're right, that'll be interesting. Andrew, I watched the Chris Boucher podcast, and it was awesome. Surprised how he called out Will Lou. Yeah, listen, I love a lot of things that Chris said. He talks so candidly about how much the fans do. He does hear what we're saying. And he heard all this crap we were saying about him at the beginning of the season, about how he was struggling. And it is hard for them to deal with, because it is something that's in their head. I'm sure some of the players don't at all, but he does in particular. And he's very on top of what's being said. I have a feeling that these people are watching maybe us. Some people are watching us because, listen, I watched another podcast on Yahoo Sports Canada. It was Jerome Williams' podcast, and they're all like, look, like I hope that I maybe am inspiring these guys to do work online and do this podcast and stuff, because I'm really here for it. JYD's podcast is really good also. He talks about Scotty Barnes and how he feels like Scotty Barnes is like him, that he's in the dog pound, that Scotty Barnes needs a dog pound nickname like JYD, and that he feels like the way he plays is very reminiscent of him. I've never thought of that, in a way. We've been comparing him to Magic Johnson and Kawhi Leonard and stuff like that, but in some ways, sure, I see the connection between JYD, Jerome Williams, and the way he played, and Scotty Barnes in some way. If JYD himself is given the seal of approval of Scotty Barnes to be in the dog pound and get a dog pound nickname, we need to think of a dog pound nickname for Scotty Barnes. I don't know, but that's what JYD's saying. So, but anyways, real JYD, he has his jersey up behind him just like I do when I get on that wall, like the trivia yesterday. He has his 13 purple Toronto behind him. And so I don't know. And they just both started it. Like, hey, let's all do it, man. It's awesome. And Chris kind of alluded to like watching people and saying, like, yeah, if you want to say it, I just get out here and say, I don't know if they've seen anything that I've been doing, but if I've inspired them to either do this, hey, this more content and from real Raptors that actually played, hell yeah, I'm here for it. Oh yeah. All right, let's see. What did he say about Lou Will? He said basically, family, he was saying that Lou Will kind of like called him out or something, like said something funny about him, but he actually really likes Will Lou. He says that Will Lou is like a really good Raptors coverage guy, and he's like cool with him and stuff like that. But like he was also at times like cruel to him, or he posted something that Chris didn't like, or so. I don't remember specifically what it was, but he did say something like, yeah, he did me wrong, but then he was also like, but I really like the guy. He's cool. He's really passionate about covering the Raptors and stuff like that. So I like him and stuff like that. That's kind of how it went down with the whole thing. Let's see. Andrew's saying the Nets fell out of 6 last night and we took over. We're in a great spot right now. Yeah, the Nets are free falling. They're in big trouble. I don't want them to right the ship too quickly. And like some people are saying, oh, Durant will come back and they'll go on some crazy win streak and get back up there. But there's no guarantees on anything, right? Honestly, this Kyrie situation is really a big, huge distraction. And now James has become a distraction himself. So it's just becoming more of a mess for them. And I don't think we'll see Starscream in this stream for a while now, especially now that we're above them in the standings. I don't want to see if Starscream comes in here and starts talking about the Nets and the Raptors again now that his team is below us in the standings. Yeah. All right. Callie's saying, I hope Fred stays focused tonight. A lot of excitement lately. Yeah. Fred is on cloud nine, I'll bet. Like he really has been having one of the best weeks of his life ever. Like in a lot of ways. Like I know winning a championship or just getting into the NBA, making the team or, different things like that, becoming a starter. These are all big milestones for him. But this week in a way is like really clustered with milestones, whether it's getting the All-Star or not, accepting to be in the 3-point challenge, but winning 5-point games in a row this week and then getting engaged. Like that's the cherry on top right there, that he's finally he's going to get married, y'all. And that's a fantastic week. But I think he actually, you know what? I think he thrives in this kind of stuff. Like he's very focused. And I think that he's like really feeling his leader role on the Raptors at this point. Like that's one of the things that Chris said in his podcast is how much Fred really made the team believe in themselves. And like Fred reveling, and actually he wears it really well. And I think that that's part of what's going to happen is he's all professional. So I don't think he lets anything like what's happened to him recently get in his head. He's coming in the way he always does. He's preparing the way he always does. And he's coming in the game situation like he will any other game. So I'm excited because we've had 2 days off. We had so many games last week. It was like, oh my gosh, there's no games this week. And I felt bored a little bit because we've had so many recently. And maybe these guys are chomping at the bit to get back out on the court also themselves because they feel real good and they want to continue. So I'm excited. I think they'll do all right. Paul B saying maybe we could trade Flynn for Book Knight and JT Thor. Yeah, I don't know if I want Book Knight because honestly, he's showing that he's a disrespectful rookie and that he has problems. He's a selfish dude. So he may be all talented, but he's not the kind of player you want on your team because he seems like a knucklehead. But Thor looks like a great player. Like when we played them the first time at the beginning of this 8-game stretch, he comes with a little bit more arrogance than he's earned yet. And maybe, we don't need that. He's not a character guy. So Raymond Jacob, Fred winning 3-point shootout. I can see this too, man. That Freddie could win this competition. Like he should be one of the favorites. And watch, you'll see these NBA experts, the guys who cover it, and they come on early, and they're going to say like, yeah, I have my money on Fred VanVleet. Yeah, bet on yourself. Bet on Fred. Yeah, I'll put it on them too. All right, let's see. Andrew saying Scotty the Barnyard Dog. I don't hate that. Scotty the Barnyard Dog? I don't know. That's a little weird just because his last name's Barnes. But yeah, I mean, I wish my old nickname of Scotty had caught on. Red Baron, Scotty Von Barnstormer, the Barnstormer. That's what I was doing, the Red Baron. I wanted him to be the Red Baron, Scotty Von Barnstormer. But it really didn't catch on. It was kind of weird. But who knows? Because, he was flying through the air with that 3-dribble dunk against Orlando at the beginning of the year. And I was like, Scotty Von Barnstormer, the Red Baron flies again, stuff like that. That's what I was doing with that. But, JYD kind of a dog nickname for Scotty Barnes. I don't know. It's got to happen organically, naturally. And who knows? Like, I like that he's not trying to anoint himself with a nickname like on his Insta or anything like that. He's not saying like, this is what y'all should call me. It's like, I hope it just happens. It develops naturally and we'll see. Maybe we could have a part in it here at the Raptor Freak cult. We get something going and we start echoing it all over the echo chamber of the Raptors world. And all of a sudden Let's Go's big. And then all of a sudden Scotty Barnes has a new nickname that we had a hand in helping to craft and create. That's what we do as fans. We figure that out. We show them love that way. All right, let me see. MK's asking, anybody else experience some lag or just me? I'm going to tell you right now, MK, that is probably my connection. I have the cheapest internet that you can possibly get. In fact, my internet is like the lowest speed that you can have, tech savvy. They've grandfathered me in on a contract. And right now I'm debating whether I should upgrade my internet just because of how these lag issues are happening on the stream. Because to me it matters, but I'm paying $45 a month for my internet right now. And I'm like, man, do I do this? I'm weighing it out. I'm weighing out whether I want to make the cost add to my budget for a month. And I think I probably will. So you may see an upgrade in my stream quality very soon, just because you guys are coming and we're more regular and active, and it's worth it. It's worth it to me so that it doesn't come across as unprofessional and cheap and crappy. So this channel will get better, and that's one area that'll get better fast. And maybe I'll do that right after I get off this. I'll call Tech Savvy and I'll upgrade just because I'm sick of seeing the lag too. But yeah, it's me. It's my connection. It's not y'all, just so you know. It's totally my connection. Yeah, it's totally me. Okay, let's see. MK saying maybe if Pascal has a really good game, he will get the last All-Star spot. Yeah, I think so. I think that Pascal should be one of the first people considered for an injury replacement. That Kevin Durant's not playing, and that Pascal could get his spot right off the bat. But there are a lot of other Eastern guys that are deserving, and it could be that the NBA wants to give them somebody first. Like they may try and give it to Jaylen Brown first or something like that, something like that. But who knows? We'll see. I think that he's got a good chance. Like if we have a couple, like if there's 2 or 3 injury replacements for whatever reason, I think Pascal will get in for sure then. But if there's only like one, it may not happen, but we'll see. My fingers are crossed, and we all know he's an all-star deep down no matter what. Yeah, no matter what. Alistair saying, we're the ones, like the bloodline. Whoa. I'm not sure what you're talking about. If this is like cultish stuff you're talking about with the blood and stuff. Like, is this the Brood or something like what Edge and Christian used to do or something? I don't know. Bloodbath. Whoosh, let's see. Raymond Jacobs saying, Durant is injured. Who is his all-star replacement? Yeah, that's what we're speculating right now. Could be Pascal. I think it's probably going to be somebody. They're going to pick some joker from well, let's think about the teams that are at the top right now. Miami, does Miami have another guy that could be deserving that didn't make it? Like, is Bam Adebayo on the team? That may be something like that. Is he on the team? I thought he made it. Maybe he did. It's really like that. Or is somebody like Chicago? Chicago's got 2 All-Stars. They should be okay. So every team that's got 2 All-Stars already at the top should be fine. But then they may want to give them a third one or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Let's see. Paul B, did you see that dunk video link I tagged you in, or did YouTube delete the comment? I don't think I did see that. They may have deleted it. You know what, Paul? What we'll do is I'll give you like my email, and you can send it directly to me, and we don't even have to deal with YouTube, and I can look at it that way. It's pretty simple, actually. I'll write it out in the stream right now. Yeah, I am at a very low bit rate on my stream because, like I said, before I even started doing this, I had a really cheap internet connection. I wanted to keep it. I'm trying to weigh out what's more important, cheapness or doing a really good stream. And I think doing a really good stream is winning out at this point. So I'm going to probably get it upgraded very soon. Let's see. All right. Raymond Jacob upgrading to 5G. I don't know what I'll upgrade to, but yeah, we'll make this look even better and better. And hopefully there'll be even more traffic from it. And y'all will be original bloodline before I got all fancy. Let's see. MK, I think it's between Pascal and Jared Allen. Yeah, Jared Allen's the other name that I've been hearing. Yeah, I think that's right. I think it's between those two. And that sounds about right. Yeah, I just put my email in there, Paul. You can see it. All right, guys, I can't go too long today because I have some issues and things that have to happen here in my house before 10 o'clock. So I just wanted to come on real quick and do the preview. Oh, let me do the real mascot matchup for Tom Duke, even though he's not here yet. All right, so here, listen. We're back in that battlefield field where we ate the steak tartare of the bull, Ferdinand, and then we ate the little ice cold young hawk chicken, popcorn chicken. Yeah. All right. So this time now the Raptor's cool because he ate and he's feeling kind of chill, and he's just laying under a tree, and there's like a little hive above him. And there's these 3 little hornets that came down, and they're trying to bug him. And one of them came down and he like landed on the Raptor's neck, and he tried to sting him, but his stinger was broken. And that one, that Hayward Hornet, he couldn't sting. He had no stinger. Like he couldn't do nothing. So the Raptor laughed at him, gobbled him up. And then this third one flew down, and he was like, I'm going to sting you on your neck. But he was stinging all over the place, and he was missing. And he looked real bad when he did it. So then the Queen Hornet called him back and said, no, you can't be there trying to sting him because you're making us look bad. So you have to come back to the hive Hornet ball. So you go right back and you go back in. And then the third one came down, And he was like, I want to go sting him to the queen of the Hornet Hive. And the queen was like, no, you can't because you're not ready. You're too young. But I want to. And then he's like, no, you can't, Hornet Book Night. And then he's like, you know what? Get the fuck out of my hive. And then the Raptor just kept sleeping. It was that easy. The Raptor just was sleeping and he didn't even feel anything. The one Hornet had no stinger. The other one was missing. And then the other one got sent away because he was a jackass. So that's your real mascot matchup for today. The Raptor is sleeping. He's very fine. He's on a 5-game win streak. He's about to get 6, and I think we'll cruise right towards it. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Once you get your pro sportscaster mic, then you're in business. All right. Raymond Jacobs tell me what I need to get. All right. I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna find this out, do all that kind of stuff. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. We should beat the Hornets. We just really got to watch their main talented guys, contain them like we have been. Watch out for their three-point shooting. Don't let them have too much to feel good about. Really stymie them, make them frustrated, and just see if we can bust this game wide open. Pour some heavy syrup all over that stack of pancakes and just take it home. Callie has no stress meter for tonight. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go. And this is for Ric Flair, Charlotte, baby. Woo! Yeah, Space Mountain. Woo! Charlotte. Woo!